Oscar, should we try and solve a puzzle on the air?
I think so. Like a jigsaw puzzle?
Yeah, just like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
I'll explain what's happening. Augur's organizing the corners.
Oh.
It's working from the edge in. He's finished it. It was only 5 pieces.
Yeah. 5 pieces, huh? How do you think that works, huh?
Sorry? It's like one of those ones that say there's a square.
Yeah.
And then there's little pieces outside of this, and it's a bigger square.
Well, he's nailed it. Okay.
4.
Yeah, he's actually painted quite a good picture.
My name is Dan Brown.
Here's $1 billion. Here's all the money in the fucking world. My name's Oscar.
My name's Carl, and this is Who Would Watch This?
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast. We watch a film, chat about the film, and try and figure out who would watch this.
Today, we are talking about Angels and Demons, which currently has a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 6.7 on IMDb, and a 3 on Letterboxd. Oscar, what's the plot?
Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon. What was it?
Is it symbiologist?
Symbiote, I believe.
Is it Venom?
It's Venom. Tom Hanks is Venom. Robert Langdon Venom works with a nuclear physicist to solve a murder and prevent a terrorist act against the Vatican during one of the most significant events within the church.
You were trying to create antimatter, and you created something even worse.
Venom. Eminem was gonna rap for this, but then Ron Howard was like, "Who the hell's that?"
Demons.
Gotta get
him. It's demons.
It writes itself. That's the
It
good
does.
thing. Yeah.
Man, I feel like in modern day, Dan Brown, Tom Hardy would be Robert Langdon.
I thought you were gonna say in a modern day, Dan Brown would be Eminem. Yes.
Hey, is he not?
Yeah. A lot of people calling Dan Brown the rap god of writing books.
He's the puzzle master. You know how they call Eminem that too? That's their little relationship they have.
Have those two ever met? Do you think they've ever shook hands?
I like to think that they've worked together on a song and or film.
Well, let's get into Angels and Demons. We're doing this film because we did Da Vinci Code.
And you loved it.
Da Vinci Code's a mess. And we want to do Inferno, which is an even bigger mess. And then Angel and Demons, honestly, that's a little up. It's a weird one. We want more Robert Langdon. Sadly, this film's okay.
But it's silly.
Oh, it's a silly little goof ride.
And we'll unpack. But first, should we go back in time to before we'd seen the film and tried to figure out who would watch it?
Yes. Yes, please. Carl, Angels and Demons. I've seen this film. We've both seen this film, I think. Love it. You were very passionate about it because we watched the Da Vinci Code for this podcast, and you said, but you gotta watch Angels and Demons.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, there you go.
And I got forced
You know
to watch
what?
that.
No, I do love this movie. It is silly. It is exciting. And it is a much better movie from what I remember than the Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code's long. Don't you remember? That was the problem.
Da Vinci Code's fucking dull as well. It's a shitty movie. It's a bad film. I have not seen Angels and Demons in a very long time, so I'm hoping this movie holds up. I remember really liking it. I saw it in a cinema. And my parents had thought I had gone missing, and they were quite worried.
Oh God, did they try and solve it?
Clues were left behind.
Yeah, your 10-year-old self was just like, I've let a breadcrumb of Vatican-based clues. You have to find me, Mum and Dad. They're like, oh, he's at the fucking EB Games, isn't he?
He's at Hoyt's. Oscar, have you seen it before?
I have seen it before. Got semi-forced to watch this. Good. After the Da Vinci Code, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think it's got an audience.
I think it's night and day.
Yeah.
And I think this is, from memory, this is for people who love National Treasure films.
Yeah.
This is on that same level of this is silly and it's fun and it's a little bit exciting and it's fun doing a little bit of globetrotting.
Yeah.
You know.
It's great stuff.
Yeah.
Except Tom Hanks and Nicolas Cage. I think this is the goofiest Tom Hanks has ever been. This
is Tom Hanks taking a paycheck.
Yeah.
Because he's not trying that hard,
No.
I would say. He's very much just being like, I'm Tom Hanks today.
Yeah.
He must have, at one stage, probably been like, can I put on a silly accent? He was like, what if I was... What if I talk like this?
Rod Howard shook his head just like, you don't make Grinch, and you don't get to do that.
Yeah. He was like, I made the Grinch.
Yeah.
I know how he stole Christmas.
I got told that. Dr. Seuss told me how he stole Christmas.
He whispered it in my ear. You don't want to know.
No.
You don't want to know. Yeah. Same as how that cat got that hat.
Green eggs and ham? How do you think that happened?
I know these things.
Not holy. That's what I can tell you right now.
You know how that duck got amok? I do.
Shaking Tom Hanks. I do, man. I do.
I know all of Dr. Seuss's secrets. Help me.
So if you want to do a silly little accent for this film, don't even fucking try it. Yeah, fuck it. I've seen God. And I've heard him weep.
That's why Ron Howard wanted to do this movie. It's just like, God versus technology and angels and demons. And
I can tell you, God will win. God will win.
Who do you think it's for? I reckon I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say it's for It's for people that did not like the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
Because I hate that movie, but from memory I like this one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think it's for people that watched Two Popes went, oh, they just chat. God, I did not want to see that. And Two Popes was like, fuck it, angels and demons. There's murder.
Do you reckon anyone has seen Two Popes?
I have.
I know. We've both seen it.
Yeah.
Do you reckon a listener has seen that?
I don't think so.
It came and went on Netflix.
It was such. I feel in any other year, it would have been like talked about as like the third front runner for an Oscar. The fact it came out in 2019. It was at the bottom of... I enjoy Two Popes quite a bit.
Yeah, it was good.
It was just that it was the 10th best film on the best list.
Ford
vs. Ferrari, which is like a perfect film, is like 9th. That was a big year.
It was. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and we were talking about Little Women, and I was like, oh, that was also 2019.
Wow.
Like, 2019 did not stop.
No.
It just kept going.
It kept going, and then immediately COVID slapped it in the cock and went, sit back down. Film's dead.
Oh... And it is.
Yeah.
Until today.
Carl, the Pope's dead. I'm freaking out.
There's been a murder.
There's been a murder. We don't think it's a murder, but there's been a murder.
Boom. This is already a much more interesting setting.
So much more interesting.
And idea than the Da Vinci Code.
The only thing this doesn't have is Paul Bettany whipping himself.
God, I wish Paul Bettany was in this.
If Paul Bettany was inserted into this film... A modern masterpiece.
I think it would have been fun to join Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, and Inferno as always having Paul Bettany in them as different characters. So like Paul Bettany could have been the Ewan McGregor character in this one, and we're all just like, oh, that's right, it's the Paul Bettany and Tom Hanks franchise, where Paul Bettany gets to play a goofy new villain.
He does,
and Tom Hanks gets to nod along.
I will say it is upsetting that Tom Hanks has gone for a different haircut than this one. He's cut off his mullet.
Oh, I miss his mullet.
That's
not true. I hated that haircut. That was an awful haircut on him. This was Tom Hanks being like, I'm just gonna wear what I've got.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not even doing makeup.
I don't think I think
walking on set
his clothes were just what he was wearing. It's like, that's what I'm not changing, okay?
$150 million budget. I'm not trying. I don't try for anything less than 200.
Tom Hanks is like, we introduced Tom Hanks like swimming in a pool, convinced that was Ron Howard walking up going, we've got more money. He's like, I'm Robert Langdon. Is that the Vatican I see?
Does the robot in the water? I don't know. Would Robert Langdon do this and just like moonwalks in the water?
Okay, so the Pope's dead.
Dead.
Hadron Collider. They just split atoms.
Okay.
We're there.
This is always an aspect of the movie I forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime I'm like, I love Angels and Demons, I forget there's antimatter in it.
It opens with this sweeping shot of the Hadron Collider. You're like, 2 hours 20? Okay, I can feel it now at the moment. The film doesn't... It's so bland for the first, 40 minutes. And then suddenly, people are dying every, 30 seconds in creative, fun ways.
I know.
We just got to get through this little bit.
Yeah, we got to get through this little beginning when they're just like, all right, we're going to count down to making antimatter.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it.
No. Couldn't tell. I was watching someone. She was asking me questions of, what is antimatter? I went to go answer. I'm like, I'm not quantum.
The God particle.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
They were playing God.
Yeah.
Maybe they shouldn't have.
Do we like this theme of, technology and God and that...
Do we like it? No. Do we tolerate it for the excitement of this movie? You fucking betcha. You bet your little buttons we do.
The subplot of Tom Hanks, the Ewan McGregor's like, want to be religious? And Tom Hanks is like, no.
But
Isn't that
maybe
fun? Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, but I respect you.
Yeah.
Is Dan Brown religious? I can't remember if we had this conversation when we watched.
I
the
don't
Da
think
Vinci
we
Code.
can rehash it. Fuck it. They did it for this film.
Okay. I assume the listener's not going back and listening to to the Da Vinci Code.
I don't think he is. I think that's the big criticism. I think he's a man of science. He likes history.
Yeah, I think he has like some fun history stuff. I always like his settings, and I like. Well, that's about it. I like movie.
Italy.
I looked it up. I don't think this movie actually has a lot to do with his book, though. Like, I think that the screenwriter was like, "Oh, there's elements here, but I'm going to take some liberties after everyone hated the Da Vinci Code."
Which gets bogged down. This one's like an action fun sequence.
I think the stuff that works in this movie is the Da Vinci Code's bogged down with like flashbacks and so many different plots and stuff like that. There's sort of like 3 like little plots happening in this movie. There's no flashbacks. It's all happening within like a 24-hour period. Yeah. In fact, less. You know?
It's at 12 hours.
Yeah, it's like 12 hours. And it's just set in like this one location in Italy. I think it's like a good time crunch. I love a movie that's just like, we've got a time crunch. And I'm like, oh, we're counting down.
Shit.
I love a countdown.
I'll put my watch on.
I know. Show me more lights on that battery so I know. I know how much time we've got left.
I will say as well, to get through this movie, I did make it into a drinking game.
Oh, yeah? What rules have you got?
Really helped. All right, let's go for the things I did. All right, here's take a sip, and you can play along at home. Anytime Tom Hanks touches his hair while thinking, does it quite a bit.
Does.
Anytime they say Illuminati, that was a silly one. They say it too much.
They're never not saying it. It's in most lines of dialogue.
Yeah, twice in a sentence most of the time. Anytime someone is speaking Italian, then all of a sudden speaks perfect English. Happens. Anytime you think yourself, this is madness. This is silly. Anytime they show the battery on the level of the thing.
Happens a lot.
So much.
That's also, you know what's never not happening in the movie? A shot of the battery and someone saying, Illuminati!
I was drunk by 30 minutes in.
People say Illuminati in this movie like it's a spell in Harry Potter.
Yeah. And it just sort of gives you like a small bump of like Coke. Just, the
Illuminati's in
Finish a drink anytime the cardinal dies. Big one.
Yeah.
Anytime someone says Professor Robert Langdon.
Finish a drink.
Yeah.
Professor, the entire thing.
Professor. You gotta say the whole Professor Robert Langdon. Happens about...
It happens a bit at the
times.
beginning. Yeah.
I would know.
There's some conversations where they're just like, oh, Professor Robert Langdon, meet this guy. And they're like, hi, nice to meet you, Professor Robert Langdon. And you're like,
Professor Robert Langdon, is that you over there? I can see you?
Yeah, like, you haven't had time to open your other drink. You're like, oh, God, I'm falling behind.
I'll drink the bottle.
What do we think Robert Langdon's life is like now that he knows Jesus is real, is a woman, and is buried at the Louvre?
Well, that's my thing, because Ewan pretty much, like, we would get, like, when he meets you and he's like, you're not a man of God, are you? And Tom Hanks is like, no, I'm not. It's like, you met Jesus.
You found her.
You found her.
You found her. You found, I don't know, Jesus' daughter?
Yeah.
So, something very close. Mother-in-law?
Yeah. Cousin twice removed, I believe it was. Yeah. And he's like, there's just no proof. It's like, you've done all the shit.
You had a full adventure. Ian McKellen tried to kill you over it.
Don't you remember, Tom?
God, that movie was boring.
It was so bland.
They were like, and now we'll spend 30 minutes of this woman going to a church and meeting.
Oh, that was awful. I will also say, and we're going to do Inferno, it's crazy that Tom Hanks pretty much will meet a woman, regardless of like profession or like what she does, and be like, right, you're my sidekick for the film.
And doesn't hit on them.
No.
It's a little refreshing. I'm pretty sure in the books...
Yeah. He's trying to... He's cracking on.
He's always cracking on.
Kind of like a castle-esque. Is he kind of like Castle?
More like Bones.
Oh, big Bones.
We love Bones, right? I love so he's swimming in the pool. This guy like walks up to him, and Tom Hanks like takes off his little goggles, and it's just like, you just got off the red eye. You're from the Vatican City. And it's just Sherlock's him. He's like, how'd you know that? You look tired. You must have been on a plane.
How insulting, like, you got bags in your eyes. You've been flying a long trip. He's like, no, I haven't. I've just had a bit
I slept in this morning and came here. That's all I've done today.
You look tired.
God, you look a mess. You're from the Vatican.
Detroit. How about that?
Anyway, this is where we find out immediately 4 cardinals have been kidnapped.
Yeah.
They're going to be killed 1 every hour starting from 8 p.m. till midnight. They must find them. They are hidden around Vatican City. What a hook. What a hook.
So much better. Again, the bar's low for this franchise. We're doing this so we can continue our trajectory into Inferno. But this is strong.
Oh, it's
not for any other movie, but this is strong.
For a movie to begin with antimatter and then jump into this, I'm just like, what's going on here? This is silly and I'm all for it. I love it because it's one of those movies where I think they're taking a little bit of they know a lot of criticisms from the first one, because I love that Stellan Skarsgård's like, what a relief. The guy that knows about symbols is here.
Yeah, he's going to save the day.
Yeah, he'll help.
Which I do love, because suddenly they're discussing things and Tom Hanks is pretty much gone, I'm going to go stand in the corner and do a little monologue. That's cool with you guys. They're like, whatever you need to do, Mr. Symbologist.
He constantly just stands in the corner and explains the metaphor of Christianity versus technology.
Yeah.
It's just we've got antimatter. Some might call that the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Oh, but didn't God create that? Maybe.
The Vatican will be shined in light. Jesus or bomb.
The church tried to kill Illuminati because the Illuminati believed in technology. But I believe they are one of the same.
Skarsgård's right, he's weird.
Skarsgård's that's a cat person. No one from a mile away. I do love that the moment Tom Hanks gets there, he's just like, oh god, this is going to be a tough one to crack, guys. We're 30 minutes to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I might need to see your archives.
Yeah. Immediately, there's a bomb, 4 cardinals, and this guy's like, but I'm writing this book. And they roll their eyes oh, don't tell us it's about a guy who's trapped in the Vatican archives. And how is he going to get out? I don't know. Let's go down there and let's just punch out some ideas, huh? Everyone get some coffee, we'll get some donuts, and we'll just vibe it out, huh?
He's like, it's a sequel. Surely you'll be interested. I love this whole idea that everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Can you name a symbolist or whatever he is?
No, not on the slightest.
Name one?
Everyone in this entire universe is like, shit, is that Robert Langdon? Name a scientist. I couldn't.
Stephen Hawking.
He's dead. So
an alive one.
Yeah.
What's Einstein up to these days?
Oh, you didn't hear?
Oh,
no. Okay, so this is probably my favorite part of the film, and kind of Two Popes. I love the little rituals they do.
I love it. I love that that's the backdrop to this, is them picking another pope.
100%.
I think it's awesome little setting.
All the little, again, Two Popes and this is kind of merging together, but I just remember, they each get a vote. It's like a little silver ball. It's just they all do when the Pope dies, they have to smash his ring. They all go into the thing. The smoke. The
smoke.
How extra?
Oh god! When I was in Vatican City earlier this year, last year.
Oh, name drop. There we go.
When I was in Vatican City last year, I was like, oh, will we see the smoke from Angels and Demons? I have not seen Angels and Demons in such a long time, and I was walking around Vatican City oh my god, that's where that thing happened. Angels and Demons. I was the only person there. I was like, that's where Robert Langdon solved the puzzle. That's where the helicopter crashed and Ewan
Is Ewan here? Can I get a photo?
To think I'm standing where Ewan once stood.
Because they've done pretty well for filming on location for most of it, except for one scene in the Pantheon, I think it is.
Yeah, it's bad. There's a few where it's you obviously weren't cleared to film in that location.
Yeah, but outside, go nuts.
Oh, absolutely. And they were shoot at night for long periods of time, and they did it, and it looks great.
Yeah.
That's a thing that apart from the occasional overuse of CGI, this is a great looking movie.
Yeah.
This is like a movie. They've spent the money. I feel like the money's on screen. It's
they've shut down massive tourist hotspots, but I do love, you can see in a bunch of these crowd works, you'll see the general movie crowd, a gap, and then this barricade of thousands of people gawking at Tom Hanks, just is that Tom Hanks? Shit. Robert Langdon.
Are they filming Angels and Demons over there? Did that book come before the Da Vinci Code? How are they going to make that work as a sequel?
Imagine every tourist had that exact conversation. What?
I simply don't know how they'll do it.
Ron Howard's listening in yeah, watch me.
He's watch me do it. We've got a line to explain it. So we get shown this video of the villain's just here's my plan. Yeah. I've got the antimatter. It's going to go off at midnight. Here's what you need to do. Why do the villains create things that can be solved?
I will say this. This is crazy silly. Because the amount of admin and the amount of planning and the amount of research you have to do to get this. Sure, we find out it's Ewan McGregor. And
what? I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, dude, I'm watching it.
I always get 3/4 of the way through and go, I'm very full and satisfied.
We pause this podcast. You go watch it. It really ruins the mood, really.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know why he's planned this whole thing.
What? To become the Pope?
No. I don't know why he's done this elaborate, I guess it's to cover his tracks for the Illuminati, kind of throw it onto them to cover his tracks.
It doesn't make sense, but it also makes perfect sense.
It does.
It makes sense in the context of the movie. If you think about it any bit longer, you're just like, you stole the Big Bang for this?
What will Sheldon Cooper do now?
Honestly, his whole plan relies on having one of the best parachutes possible. It's frightening.
It's crazy his plan. We just go through it. So essentially,
go on.
He's got one mercenary to steal the Hydron, a split particle.
Why do we think he's interested in doing it?
What?
What do we? Is he just in it for the? Yeah,
the money.
He just in it for the
money?
money?
I think it's the money.
Because he's got some kooky.
He does have some weird dialogue, "Oh, I'm a sinner. I'm a Christian man." Ewan was like, "What a weirdo." Probably won't keep. He'll keep a secret though. Maybe he got told he'll be Pope Junior. Is that a role? I think you can squeeze him in.
The first thing I'm going to be doing is naming that dude right there. He's
Pope Junior.
He's Pope Junior.
Yeah. Vice Pope.
Everyone turns their heads. Interesting. This is a new move for Christianity.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy. But yeah, so his plan is essentially one, steal the Hadron Collider. Steal the split particle. Now it's a bomb.
Yeah.
He's gonna...
Not just any bomb. It'll obliterate a city.
Oh, 100%.
He's really hinging his bets on them figuring this out.
Crazy.
Because if they don't figure it out, he's just got to be like, it's there.
Yeah. It does kind of foil him. It's crazy he set up this elaborate... It kind of makes Tom Hanks seem way stupider than he is. It does. Because it pretty much means that he needed this plan to be solved.
However, if you look at the context of the movie, everyone seems to have figured out it's Ewan McGregor an hour before it's just...
With the audience and Tom Hanks, the last to know.
Everyone's figured out it's Ewan McGregor.
Skarsgård, 20 minutes in, it's Ewan. It is Ewan.
He's like, oh, thank God Tom Hanks is here. I have solved it already, though, just so you know.
Skarsgård, shut up. You're being a wet blanket. I've got a mystery to solve. See you in 20. So he's got his kid. So on top of that, he's kidnapped 4 cardinals who are going to be Pope, they're next in order.
Next in line.
He's then going to hire this man to, one, kidnap them, brand them, and then elaborately kill them in certain spots, which are very easily is the wrong word.
Tourist hotspots, but their deaths are going to have to do with air, fire, water, earth, and a secret element.
Yes. Love.
Diamond.
Okay. Oh. So that's his plan. Ewan then needs Tom to solve that whole thing, to figure out where the bomb is. Ewan can then find the bomb, sacrifice himself into a helicopter, parachute out, and then the popes are going to then go, shit, we don't have a new pope.
That's pretty fucking badass.
Yes, that's literally what he's banking on. Just them going, dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
You should be the pope. One of the popes is like, well, hang on, he's not a cardinal. He's too young. It's definitely not allowed. Yeah. And one of them's like,
it's Ewan frickin' McGregor.
What would Jesus want to do, huh? What would Jesus do? Get Ewan in the Pope seat. That's what I'm saying.
Only one person would know, and it's Tom Hanks, because he met her. It also relies on one of the popes, denouncing themselves, so they're in the running. How was that orchestrated?
I don't know at all.
There's a lot of external things where I'm just like, dude, there's some dumb luck to your plan.
Yeah.
Some real dumb luck to it.
Because also, Ewan's main thing is, he wants to stop the conclave, I guess, so they don't decide a pope, and they can watch him do the cool thing. He's just buying time.
I know. It's funny because I think it kind of frustrates Ewan, because he keeps on being... I think his plan is, everyone should be outside so they can see it, and they're just leave us to die. Yeah. It's fine. We'll just stand in here.
We don't mind. Die. Jesus has got us. And he's like, Jesus not fucking got you, because I'm going to blow the fucking shit. So,
he's like, I'm the domestic terrorist. How do you not see this?
It's crazy. Like, well, Jesus is on my side, so technically, I trust you.
He's like, oh, is Jesus on your side? Because dumb luck's on mine. So
put that in the Bible and smoke it.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the whole mystery.
So, okay, so should we let's go through like each of the little trials and
yes,
tribulations.
of course.
So we get the first death at 8 p.m.
Yes.
He's
buried. He's buried in the church because they find out that the churches have been moved. So then they find it.
Yeah.
Tom pretty much finds it and pretty much goes to everyone, right, I found the body. I'm now like, these kind of validates him because like, all right, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So like, let him into the Vatican records and he's like, oh boy, I'm gonna look at things.
He sits down and he reads nothing relevant to the case. It's just him taking photos, just being like, that's great for the book. That's so good for the book. Just one chick, she rips out a page. He's just like, keep that for the book.
Yeah.
Like,
I can photocopy that and put it in the book.
Yeah. He's just shoving books in his coat and then just running out in a huddle.
The guards are like, what are you doing, mate? Like, oh, I'm not, it's just books. It's crazy.
Stellan's just like, how'd he go? Do we reckon we can save the guy from dying at 9 p.m? And they're like, Robert stole 11 books and he's on the next plane to Chicago.
He's got a typewriter and a cigar. I would love if he walks out of the Vatican. Like, what are you doing, Tom? He's like a big snake. He's just got book-shaped holes out of his body.
Just in his neck. Just like ribs of books that he swallowed. He's like, nothing. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk out of here.
You guys sold his cardinal stuff. I feel like there's nothing in there. Nothing in there of note.
It's like, you don't even need me. The whole turning point's just going to be recorded anyway. Just walks out of there with his books. I like to think it would be a great mid-movie reveal if it turned out Robert Langdon was 3 kids in a trench coat. And you'd go, that makes sense.
Oh, so he didn't figure it out. Gotcha.
Robert Langdon himself is the ultimate puzzle. Children.
Three pieces. Like a chicken nugget.
Okay, so that's the first one.
Yeah, so the big thing is that, do we know what the woman's name is? She doesn't get given much.
Antimatter, I believe.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Why, does the antimatter refer to something else?
Oh, no.
What? No, I have no idea.
I got no idea. She rips a page out of the book.
She's barely a character. Yeah. She doesn't even get anything to do in this movie.
No, she steals the book, the pamphlet, and Tom's like, all right, we'll read that.
It's because she's a scientist. She's not
That's
religious.
what I'm saying. Like, it's weird that Tom Hanks just grabs the first woman he sees and goes, right, we're going on an adventure together.
Oh, no, and then at the end just lectures her and goes, you were naive.
She was like, I felt so silly. He's like, no, you're just not mature. Just really buffoonish.
God, you're an idiot to even think you could try it.
Because no subtext. She's like, you're a fucking moron.
He's like, I'm not even Christian. I thought it was dumb for you to try and create the Big Bang. So we had the first Pope's died.
Yeah.
He's died of Earth. The next one is air, and I think this is a fun one.
It is.
So he has been punctured in the lungs and just dumped in a crowd.
Which is, they're all watching for the smoke.
Yep, so they're
it's
all
massive TV, news crews, and all that sort of stuff. Big crowd scene.
So they're not paying too much attention, right? This girl gets so much blood on her doll, and she genuinely, she looks up and no joke, she says this in the film, she goes, what the fuck?
It's such a British accent. It's very weird. Oi, mate, what the fuck is that on the ground? Fucking hell!
What is that jam?
Where my scones at? I need to get my dipping on there. It's a weird choice. It works, I think, in the film.
It works really well. Seek out the movie, watch it all.
Seek it out. We've never said... Midway with the podcast, seek it out, guys. Don't eat us.
You can't tell this is a high recommend from me. You're in the wrong industry. So she's just like, oh, what's this blood? I shall follow this trail.
Yeah.
There she finds a pope.
Yeah.
Suffocating. He can't breathe. Robert and the chick, they run over. I really like this moment. They go to resuscitate him and it just squirts blood all over Tom Hanks' face. And they both just... He's in shock just being like, that's yuck.
Yeah.
And she's like, there's no saving him. Unless there's tape Has anyone got tape to clog up the holes?
Looks around, just like, any tape?
Any tape?
Yep.
That British girl with the doll, you got tape?
No, mate. No tape on this geezer.
Does it look like I would bring fucking tape to the announcement of the new Pope? No. Now
You
let me play
stupid geezer. Now fuck off. It's Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie, have you got tape? No. I got Aladdin.
It is okay. It's a good story thing because here's the thing: the Cardinal's dead. They've got no fucking time to grieve. They're just like, right, next puzzle.
Yeah, I love that it's every hour.
Yeah.
I love that it's every hour.
Because Tom's washing his hands. He's like, oh, better speed up. I've got 40 minutes.
Has a full shower. Oh, God, it's 9:45.
Fuck it, I'll come around for the next one.
He's like, okay, that one's a lost cause. Let's try save the 11 p.m. one.
It's like at a music festival. You're like, missed that act. Go, we'll chill back in the tent for a bit and then come back out. 4 have dead. 4 have died.
So also during the movie, they're having these blackouts. What's the point of the blackouts again?
Blackouts is, and I don't know how this works as Ewan's plan. So they're kind of like, all right, the bomb's in Vatican City somewhere. Ewan's like, we should shut down like 5% of the city at a time because there's a camera, and if the lights turn out, we know it's in that like little section of the city.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is a very convoluted way to just lose power for this set piece.
Yeah, but what a set piece!
What a set piece!
So Robert Langdon, he's found himself back in those archives.
Because he's gone to the Pantheon. It's like all CGI.
Yeah.
And this woman gets the question of the tour guide, who must get just like, how old's Jesus? Robert Langdon rocks up to like, where's this church buried? Where was it switched to in 1897? Sorry, in 1542. And she's like, the Peters one.
South.
Yeah. Grabs a compass. There you go, buddy.
You find it. He then runs off and she's just like, something must be afoot tonight. Anyway, this is what we call a green screen.
Yeah. It's a Universal Studio tour.
It's where we shot Jaws. Just
jumps across. Yeah, but he goes back to the archives to get another book. He's greedy, that bugger.
Dude, this man's stolen 30 to 40 books.
He's found out you can put them on a Kindle. He's like, I'm going back to download some.
So they've now got, because they ripped out a page earlier, they've now got like a detective that doesn't lead his side.
Yes.
This is a fun character. Do we like him?
I do.
I like him.
It's a fun little set piece. It's like, because he's wheezing. It's like, you a smoker? And then, like, he's like, yeah, I'm a smoker. He's like, come over here. I'll buy you a pack of cigarettes if you help me read Italian.
Yeah.
And it ties into it.
Yeah, it does. So basically, but then the power goes out.
Power goes out.
So do we think the power... Because if Ewan McGregor's plan had worked...
Yeah.
Sorry, if his plan of him not being involved had worked...
Yeah.
Wouldn't the power...
So did he not want Tom Hanks there?
I don't know, but doesn't he need Tom Hanks?
That's what I'm thinking. He does need Tom Hanks.
Like, I assume did he invite Tom Hanks? I thought, was he excited Tom Hanks had showed up? I can't remember.
I don't think he was. I think he knows who he was. I think it was like Scooby-Doo. They're like, oh, those meddling kids are here.
So
Shit.
did he think?
I think
who invited Tom Hanks? Because Stellan didn't invite Tom.
So they explain it at the start. It's a bit convoluted. I don't know if it's a plot.
This movie?
Yeah.
Convoluted.
I know. My
Surely
notes are
not.
just a big Illuminati symbol.
I'm trying to solve my notes right now.
If only Robert Langdon was here.
He'd know what to do.
But they start the film, I think they go like the Swiss Guard and another branch of the Vatican City both have like different like jurisdictions in this tiny little thing. So I think they invited him because the Swiss Guard are actually betraying the Pope.
Right.
I think that's how it gets explained.
Okay.
So I think they got invited him.
Yeah. Well, do we think...
I think he's trying to kill him. I think Ewan's trying to kill him.
Right. So do we think it's a long-winded plan to try and kill Robert Langdon? Like, that's him being like, oh, is Robert Langdon here? He'll have to use the archives. So if I switch off the power...
It seems,
to 5%
again,
of the city,
crazy dumb luck.
And then wait until the moment he's in the archives, and then I switch it off and hope nobody notices, and he just dies down there. That seems so long-winded.
So long-winded, but also he must have thought... Because the first time he sees Tom Hanks is that interaction. So he must have thought about that on the fly. Crazy crazy planning on his behalf.
What a weird mind he must have. I would love to know what he goes through to like pour some cereal.
Yeah.
Just something really long. Because it's also a weird, long-winded way for them to, like, as a red herring, make you think it's maybe Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Even though you definitely know it's Ewan McGregor.
That's my favorite thing. They've done like the Midsummer Murders thing. It's just like the two detectives and a crowd of completely unknowns. It's like, oh, Kate Winslet, what are you doing in this little town? Just like, I just came for a holiday. I have no reservations towards anybody.
And I've got this bloody knife.
Yeah. God, I wouldn't mind that estate up the road, but I'm just a lovely florist. I could never harm.
You're talking about Rosemary and Thyme. Oh. Now that's two women that can solve a crime.
I fucking love Rosemary and Thyme. Which one's Thyme though, and which one's Rosemary?
The tall one was Rosemary.
Gotcha.
The shorty was Thyme. So they're down in the archives.
Yes.
They're running out of air.
Yeah. Why
do they leave shooting the glass till last?
I don't know.
The Swiss Guard guy, flat out just like, what if I tried to run it?
He grabs the smallest trolley with no books on, runs, drops it, and he goes like, "I'm puffed. I'll be dead."
He's like, "Are we running out of air? Let me run 100 meters. That'll help."
I do. Yeah, I don't know why the gun is left to last. I guess the bookshelf makes sense, like the heaviness.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think my first thing would be like, I've got a gun.
Could you? It's a small. I don't know if they meant it intentionally, but it is funny that Tom Hanks steals a small piece of paper first time he's down there. Next time, thousands of books, billions of dollars of value smacked on the floor.
And nobody seemed to care.
No one.
I'd be like, they'd be like, "Who did this?" And I'd be like, "I don't know, but if I were you, I'd trust the person that didn't smoke."
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That it's a bad habit.
Filthy habit, they probably hate books.
Yeah.
Huh? You ever seen a smoker read a book? I don't think so.
They burn paper. That's
They do that for a living.
Yeah. Make a lot of coin doing that. But they get it. It's a fun set piece.
Yeah, it's a fun set piece, but I feel like had he shot the glass and then done his bookcase thing, they would have been out of there much quicker.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Had they worked together... Do you know what's really weird about these movies? There's not, like, character arcs for anyone.
No. And I'm a bit, because we're going to do Inferno, I thought we needed to do, I thought like he would get an arc, and so far Tom Hanks has not got nothing.
I've learned so little about Robert Langdon over
All I know
films.
is he's a bit annoying and knows too much and yet too little about the stuff he studies.
He simply knows nothing. He's a hindrance on every plot, it seems.
And constantly he will then walk into a room, see one thing, and then give a Wikipedia article on that specific thing. But for most other things, he's a lost.
I wish that they would do the thing that they do in Die Hard, where he just keeps on being like, I can't believe this is happening to me again.
Yeah.
It should be Robert Langdon being like, again? I'm embroiled in a conspiracy to do with religion and
in a
history?
Lovely Italian city.
With another woman? I can't believe it's happening again.
Yeah. He rocks up into these and goes, well, this is just my day. This is a Tuesday for me.
This would be him,
This is the most exciting symbologist ever.
Surely he could walk in here and be like, hey guys, if somebody wants to tell us who the villain is, I'll tell you where Jesus is buried. And surely Ewan McGregor would be like, rips off his thing, and he's just like, go on, tell me.
Tell me. It was me. I got the bomb. There's a whole thing.
The antimatter's down there. I've already scheduled a helicopter for 40 minutes from now to take me to Louvre.
Don't you think that's a big fucking receipt? The fact that he had a helicopter on standby to do his whole bomb thing?
I love how clunky it is that he's just like, used to fly helicopters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in no normal conversation.
He's just like, hey, Tom Hanks, what did you get up to? He's like, well, here's my job. He's like, I used to fly the helicopters high in the air.
It makes they're just literally doing a normal walk and talk, just like through a nice little location, and there's like a small awkward silence, and Ewan McGregor's like, hey, you knew I was in Nam, right?
Yeah.
Flew helicopters.
Also, the Pope's his dad.
Yeah.
I guess adopted
So
father.
did he kill his dad?
I think so.
In the name of bringing the church together?
I don't know what his reasoning was. I think he was... Listen, we want him to be Pope. I don't know what bullshit reason he gave, but it was like... I think his whole thing is that science and religion has to come together, right? Like, it's too old.
Doesn't he prove that science is shit, though? Is he afraid that science is going to overcome religion?
I think he says I can't remember if it's a lie or he's just telling it to the other priests, but I think he was like, we gotta work together with some. I don't know. I don't know.
simply don't know what is true and not true.
Yeah.
Almost like the film itself is
And
a
religion.
puzzle. It's true. You've just got to trust this movie with faith.
Yeah.
That Ron Howard's going to guide you.
100 out of 100, okay? Who would watch this? Everyone. God,
Everyone
check
should.
it
This is my Bible.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, so we get to the third priest.
Yes. This
Fire.
is great. This is great.
Looks
the
awesome.
second he's out there and he's like finished up, they arrive, Cardinal's on fire.
Yeah.
It's
It
in the
looks
middle of the church.
great.
It does look great.
It looks great. We have a cool shootout during it.
Yeah.
This has one of my favorite moments in the entire film. Robert Langdon goes to help, lowers the Pope further in the fire.
Just proving.
Just quick
he's-
as-
yeah.
Oh, there's no puzzle here to solve. I'll just untie knots.
Yeah.
And the Pope, don't do it.
My feet are toasty at the moment. If you oh God!
He's like, I could probably hang up here maybe 20 to 30 minutes. If you could just grab a flamethrower or oh my God, why would you drop me further in?
Oh God, he just. If there was a symbol on that rope though, he would have nailed it.
He's just
Imagine just a symbol like an Italian, just like don't pull this.
he's like, we need to decode it.
Yeah.
He's looking at it. It's an algorithm. Anyway, so we get this cool little fight. It always bothered me when I was a kid because I used to watch this movie a bit. I really loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
That the pseudo FBI agent partner that we spend a lot of time with gets his throat slit here.
Yeah, he dies.
And nobody seems to care.
No one cares.
Nobody minds.
I remember him lying on the floor. Went, is that the fucking guy?
Yeah.
Just gone.
Gets pretty brutally killed.
Yeah.
I remember it. This is like one of those things where I'm just like, M-rated movies are not as like violent as they used to be.
Yeah.
This is like a pretty violent M film.
Well, that guy gets burnt alive.
Yeah, it's
cool. Get
cool.
punctured. It's great.
Yeah.
I will say Tom Hanks escapes and falls into a crypt.
Yeah.
No clue how he gets out of there.
Sorry, I wish he died.
Yeah.
I said this is where you deserve to be. This is where you
This
deserve.
is the Robert Langdon too.
Why didn't the assassin kill him here?
The assassin has, and it feels like a script writing note, because at one point the assassin has them at gunpoint. He's like, "I was not paid to kill you, so if you don't get my way, you're all right in my books." Crazy.
Is that his code of ethics? He's like, "Hey, I'm doing this for God."
Yeah.
Or
Money.
money.
Money. Yeah.
He's like, because money is power.
Yeah.
And power is God.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm God if I get a bunch of money.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, the man who holds thy gun is God.
Let's wrap this bad boy up. So we got 3 cardinals. Dead.
And Robert Langdom's killed one of them.
Yeah.
Blood is on his hands now. I'm just saying, okay? We move forward.
Yeah.
The fourth.
The fourth one. As we're doing this, pretty much Ewan finds out the Pope was murdered. He's like, damn, his tongue got black? Oh no, someone poisoned him.
Oh,
Who had access to his medicine? Other than me, because it wasn't me. He was like a father to me.
He's like, so I would never do it. Is that helicopter ready?
Yeah, I'll grab the bomb. I mean, wherever
He's like,
that could be.
I don't know where it can be. Are we close to finding it, by the way?
Yeah.
Because that would be great.
That'd be really good.
I wish we knew.
So we get this whole thing, like, well, Tom's trying to save...
The final Pope.
Yeah.
He's just going to be drowned in a fountain.
Yeah.
A bit of a lackluster one,
Yeah.
if you ask me. He's just strapped to a chair.
Yeah.
I feel like people could have seen this one. This is just like a fountain way out somewhere.
It's a bit of a diss to Italians that they kind of were like, no, they wouldn't.
I guess if I was
They're having
on
their
holiday,
coffee. Yeah, if you're on a holiday.
and I saw somebody throw a man tied to a chair into a shallow fountain, maybe I wouldn't be too...
I would appear, have a gork, wouldn't save him.
It's just not for me.
No, I'm on holiday.
I'm not a fountain guy.
No.
I don't want to get embroiled in a scheme.
Oh, you hate getting, especially on holiday.
Oh, there's nothing more inconvenient on a holiday than saving the life of a man.
Oh, exactly. Because then you got the whole admin of like, oh, are you okay? Not for me.
I'm not. It's a thing. I won't be. It spoiled my holiday.
Okay, so Tom's figured out it's like fire, wind, earth, and water.
Yeah. Anyway, so they run back.
Yeah.
They walk in.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor has his chest is burning.
Yes.
Stellan's standing above him with the gun.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor vaguely says, It was him. He's got a gun.
The Swiss guards go bang, 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 bang.
They turn on him immediately. They have no interest in helping.
Oh my god! Because is he holding a gun?
Yeah, these are the most trigger-happy people I've seen in a film in a while.
The film's like, right, we've also got some other loose ends. That cardinal runs in. Yeah. The cardinal's like, hey,
you're a bastard.
Yeah.
What does he do? They just shoot him.
I love it. Like, Ewan McGregor's like, Illuminati! And they're like, bang, bang! Oh, God, bang!
Ewan McGregor just keeps pointing at things. Yeah. Illuminati! Robert Langdon walks in. Incompetent! Yeah. Just shoot him.
So pretty much the film, they're like, well, Tom's like, I've solved it. It's right under our noses.
He's like, remember last time when it was in the Louvre is where they were buried? Yeah. Well, the bomb was here, lazily just on the bottom floor, under a rag. We as if we didn't sweep this building. It's
a real L. Oh, how embarrassed! Someone's getting fired. Like, who swept the building? And they're going, oh. The rag really threw me, you know. I didn't want to lift it. It looked a bit dirty. The
power was going off left, right, and center. I was confused. We were going in rooms. I thought we'd swept. Ewan said we already swept this building.
Yeah, again, it couldn't be him, though.
It can't be
like
him.
A father he was, that Pope.
Anyway, so they find the bomb.
Yeah.
Ewan's like, there's not enough time.
I do love... He grabs it, and then...
The woman that's there, designated to help with this situation, is like, hey, we should probably... And Ewan's like, yoink!
And then scurries away? Is that the best way? He kind of, like, lightly jogs, and they're like, Ewan, no, stop. She had no plan. She's
Robert Langdon's like...
Case closed.
He's like, down to the archives I go.
Slivers on down his belly, goes, oh, I'm going to suck out some more books. Ate the whole Bible. James to...
There's also, if you didn't know, this was a huge tip off Ewan McGregor's definitely the one that's done it. Stellan Skarsgård's died and gone, here's a key. And then you go, man, there's still mystery to be solved.
Well, you kind of go, 2 hours. We got 20 minutes. And then as this whole heroic thing's happening, Tom Hanks and the woman are like, we should watch the security camera just to make sure. Yeah. And it pretty much goes into like, Ewan's like, I'm evil. I did it. I hate the Pope. I want to be the Pope. Here's my plan.
I must say, I know I've been buzzing through it. I've been having a fun time.
Oh, 100%.
It's really quickly paced.
It's for 2 hours 20. Feels like one of the quicker films we've done, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really like this scene where it's revealed that it's Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
I think it's really... it's just one of those fun things. I love just seeing the other side of the scene that you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. Anyway, so Ewan McGregor's like, he's gone up into the sky in his helicopter. Yeah. This explosion is huge.
It's terrific. I think it looks fantastic.
It does. I really can't fault a lot of the technical aspects of this movie.
Yeah.
Like the score's great. This is one of my favorite Hans Zimmer scores.
Yeah.
He played this when I saw him, and I'd never heard it before, and he was like, that's Angels and Demons.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, you really tried on that film.
Yeah.
You really could have phoned it in.
They were like, we gave me $10 million. I'm going to try. But yeah, no, I think the explosion looks fantastic.
It does. And I think him parachuting down is death-defying.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have left that to luck.
No. It's crazy that was in his plan.
But maybe, I don't know, do you reckon that's him being like, if I survive this, that's God being like, hey, you earned it. This was the
Good
right
plan.
choice.
Yeah.
So...
It's a bit that.
It's funny, though, because you're like, I guess everything's okay. And then you see it's just ruining everybody's else's
Oh my
day.
God. Right? That explosion, one, destroys, like, the 16th chapel.
Yeah.
Like, destroys it. People are getting flung everywhere. Tom Hanks is like, duck, and then this thing flies, killing 7 kids.
Oh my God. It just This is a near Final Destination-esque scenario where people are, like, skewered and chopped in half, and they're like... let's hope there's a new pope at the end of all this.
Yeah. Thank Christ the Pope's okay. You know?
This movie's budget, man. It looks great when they run outside and see the helicopter there in front of all the people. Yeah. I love all the people getting thrown around. I feel like there's not that many extras in movies anymore.
No, there's not. This is packed.
This is packed with people.
I don't think I've seen an explosion look like this good on like a screen, which feels weird, right?
Yeah.
Normally it's like a big like kind of orange, fireball, and they fly, like some people jump around. Whereas this is like, we're throwing kids, women, children, dogs. We're fucking flying them at the wall.
Yeah, Ron Howard's just like...
Snuff film it. Fuck it.
Yeah, he was like, okay. He was like, there's a lot of people ruining my shot right now. Go on, detonate
Hit the bomb button. You know.
Detonate it now. We got the cameras rolling. Tom, improv
it. Tom kicks a kid like, no, I ain't dying. I'm Tom fucking Hanks. Don't you fuck with me.
He's like, what are you gonna do? Toy Story 3 without me?
Yeah.
And so Ewan McGregor survives it. It all hinges on all of the popes having a chat, being like, that was a cool thing for him to do.
I think that's insane that the popes, like, because the main pope that's been, like, antagonizing Ewan was kind of like, well, he can't be pope, he's, like, just like a fucking priest. And then all of them are like, but that was pretty cool, and we do need a bit of a fucking ratings boost. We just got blown up.
Absolutely. One of them's just like, he's the people's princess.
Yeah.
He's our Diana. What happens if we don't elect him?
Was just really affected by it. He just found out 8 years later. He's like, what?
One of the priests is like, have you been watching The Crown?
Yeah.
I can't go through that.
I'm not going to be on the wrong side of history. Let me tell you that now.
Absolutely not. If somebody crowns my life, 6 seasons on Netflix, and I'm the villain? Oh, God, no. Make him the Pope.
I do love this whole thing, because then Ewan's like he's like in a hospital, and the people are like, take him to the what's it called? The building. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, anyway.
The conclave. Conclave?
Yeah.
But then we get found out that Tom Hanks found out that...
they've watched the video. They've shown us.
Shown it to them. And then they pretty much got... Ewan rocks up, smiling, pretty like, oh,
I actually really like it.
Pope. It is pretty good.
This is like really like... It's because it's dead quiet. There's no dialogue for like this like 2-minute scene.
Yeah.
Of him like smugly walking up and...
Then all the cardinals looking at him. I think there's like an FBI agent with a gun, just like, should I shoot him?
Just step out. Everyone just has like handcuffs.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
we're gonna arrest you. I do. It's a fun. I quite like it. The one of the cardinals is like, get him, but make it look. Don't make a big scene. So then everyone...
But do it within our walls.
Yeah, exactly. So then Ewan's running, and all the guards are kind of just slowly walking towards him, like, not arresting anybody. Not gonna do that.
Well, I really like that it's what's it called? I like that they're walking slowly behind him, and it's like they're sort of crowding around, like they're getting higher.
Yeah,
and it's like so they start to quicken. He starts to quicken his pace, so they quicken his pace. I love that he grabs like I assume frankincense or myrrh.
Oh yeah,
and just like a
well,
candle.
Here's the thing: in the 2,000 years, there's been no use for that shit. So finally, it's been used.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the gold days that got used up.
I'm always really unconvinced by fire in films, like the fake CGI fire. This looks like they just set someone on fire.
They did. They burnt Ewan alive.
It was like, I'm the new Tom Cruise. I don't need to stunt man. Oh, God!
Got it burnt. He committed to his bit, though. Yeah, he gets burnt alive.
Yeah, there you go.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Do they cover it up that he was the...
Yeah, they say he died of internal bleeding.
Like the Dark Knight, almost. The Catholic Church really needed their white knight.
Robert, they do this full conspiracy, and Robert Langdon was like, I'm fucking putting that in the book. The secrets to history, both old and new, that Robert Langdon knows.
Imagine that. 1, Jesus. A woman. I know where he's buried. 2, that whole bomb shit. Oh, I've got goss. The film ends. The priest, the cardinal that got saved, comes Pope.
Yep.
Film ends.
Boom.
It's a tight 2 hours 20.
No character arcs. All action. It's just
convoluted history.
Yeah. I love it. It's literally like somebody coming and being like, okay, this is what people just want, which is quick action, somebody solving puzzles, somebody's gonna die every hour, constant excitement. There's no time for you to realize how stupid it is. You've already figured out who the killer is, so you're just having a fun ball.
Yeah.
And you've got good location, you got a good setting, you've got like a fun little cast of people. All in. I'm all in.
That's great stuff. Carl, who would watch Angels and Demons?
Me and everyone listening.
Yeah. I think so. And here's the thing. It's a real weird one because we've done Da Vinci Code, which is dreadful.
Dog shit.
Inferno, which it's got dreadful reviews. I'm pretty.
I've seen it.
You've seen it. We are doing it, and we're like, well, we've got to do Angels and Demons for, I guess, the character arc, which doesn't exist. So it's just kind of a treat for us, huh? New year, we get a little treat.
We got ourselves a little treat.
It's the best film we've probably ever done.
After you put me through that fucking Barbie bullshit, I deserved a movie I'd enjoy.
It's weird we've pivoted this podcast to only good movies. It's strange we've done that in the new year. Go us,
You know what's crazy? I'm pretty sure that Barbie movie, better reviews across the board than Angels and Demons.
I think so. It's got stronger... thoughts about religion.
And technology.
Yeah.
Because this is the difference between this and Barbie.
Yeah.
Barbie didn't use technology to make it.
That was made by sticks and rocks.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Oscar, what are we reviewing next week?
Next week, Carl, we're jumping into Inferno. We're jumping into Dante's Inferno, or frickin' Inferno. It's gonna be a bad movie. That's what I'm saying.
Get ready for it.
It's hell.
That movie's like 6 layers of hell.
Yeah.
Huh?
We did this so we can do that, and now we've ticked off the Da Vinci Code.
We'll have done the full Langham trilogy.
Is Dan Brown has any other movies come to?
I feel like they tried to do a television show of one of his things. I'm fairly sure these are like his 3 better reviewed books.
Gotcha.
Like I don't know if people have high opinions of some of his comments.
Fair enough. Well, get keen. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.